government of the Commonwealth of Dominica recognizes that land tenure and administration arrangements play an important role towards the development of rural and economic diversification.
The original project took into consideration state lands and all state lands transactions. This included the purchase and sale of all state lands and government-owned property. That would be agricultural land, housing lands, and any other property owned by the government.
This unified land information system is a computerized system that will change operations and procedures pertaining to the administration of government estate and state lands in Dominica.
The main function is to produce plans for the public in a more efficient manner, and also it's going to save government a lot of money in terms of moving away from the old mode of operation into a digital form. We're going to have a cadastre for Dominica, which is critical. A cadastre is where you're going to have all parcels that we have in Dominica. We'll know the owners, we'll know the boundaries, we'll have the areas. So that is going to be critical, especially for business in Dominica. When somebody comes to do business in Dominica, it's going to be a one-stop shop for information. And the whole process of land transaction will be much faster. And that in itself will reduce costs for the public and for government and generally doing business in Dominica.
The housing division plays a few important roles, and in fact I might add very important roles. Number one, we receive applications for lands from the general public. Presently we do that manually, but with the ULIS system, obviously it's going to be done electronically, and when those informations are received, including the scanning of photo IDs of the applicants, then everything like that is inputted into the system, and once everything is verified, information is sent via the network to the Lands and Service Division, and that begins the process.
January 2010, the government of Dominica signed a second contract with International Land Systems to address the registration of private lands, thus ensuring that a computerized system is in place to provide support for the primary and secondary registration transactions at the titles registry.
It will change what I do, a lot. Basically, it's just a matter of the processes that we go through. The manual processes will now be computerized. A lot of them will probably be made redundant, because, for example, we would have a numbering system that we use a diary for. That would no longer be the case because the computer would automatically provide that numbering system. Tracking of title applications will be vastly improved because we'll be able to know at any point in time at what stage a particular land application is, just by calling up a search on the computer, and will give us every single transaction for that that application.
It expedites the process. It makes it much easier and faster for us. It helps us to track any documents we need to get at any given time under at least 1 minute. And in terms of our money systems, it balances off for the day.
The Unified Land Information System is an integral part of the Information Communications Technology e-Government program of the Government of Dominica, which is led by the Ministry of Lands, Housing, Settlement and Water Resource Management.
In the public's eye, I think it would improve, the outlook of the registry, department, especially the title section, as it relates to land registration processes. The public will be happy that they will be able to receive the titles in a much quicker fashion. Also, the possibility of fraud will be greatly reduced.
One other way to assist the cashiering system has assisted us at Land and Services is the tracking of the customers in terms of agricultural land and payments towards their property.
ULIS is essentially a workflow-based system, and therefore what that means is that each department is responsible for only one part of the process. What we had before in the present process is that there was some duplication of work between the departments, and ULIS will basically stop all the duplication of work and essentially allow each department to do only what is available to them, only what they should be responsible for doing.
The government of the Commonwealth of Dominica expresses thanks to the World Bank and the European Union for funding this project.